Hello, Michael Grasso with Private Pook Games, here to talk about ISOFARIAN Guard. I'm revisiting the game because if you haven't heard already, ISOFARIAN Guard is coming back to Gamefound. You can check out the pre-launch campaign already. They are bringing it back for the expansion. What did I call it again? Oh, I had it up and I was not going to forget. VEILWARD. I almost called it VEILGuard, but it's VEILWARD. So I originally jumped on the second crowdfunding campaign for ISOFARIAN Guard. I missed it the first time around, was really intrigued by it, ended up jumping on for the second one, anxiously awaited my game, and then when I got it, broke into it, did the tutorial, really started getting into it, started a little slow, then started to grasp the flow of the game and really enjoyed it. And then it just kind of hit a point where it's like, I got other stuff I want to play. And I packed everything up, put it away and said, I'll come back to you. And in that time, it's been hard for me to get it back to the table. So I started kind of leaning towards, do I really want to keep this game? This is a gigantic game, just to be very clear. This box is really big. I can even put it over my head and get an echo out of it. So this is a lot of table space to dedicate to a game that I may or may not come back to, is what I was thinking. And what eventually happened is I got the notification that the new campaign was happening, and I said, well, sounds like a good time to retable this and revisit it and then share my thoughts on the channel. So, to begin with, I've really enjoyed revisiting this game for a couple of reasons. One, because I'm remembering what I initially liked about it and what was pretty good for me, but also two, coming back at it with a second fresh take allows me to approach some of the things that didn't hit quite as hard last time and think, how am I going to approach this so I really enjoy this game? So I'm going to share those things with you today. First, I am going to tell you right ahead, I believe VEILWARD is actually going live in a couple of days. I should actually find it. Let's see. The day is going to be, 1 day and 11 hours from when I'm filming this. So I believe that means it's going to go live on Tuesday, June 17th. So just be up for that. I'll put a link in the description as well to help. So I'm definitely going to be pledging for a couple of reasons. One, I want to look at the VEILWARD content. It sounds pretty interesting the way they're expanding the game. Two, there are some quality of life improvements that I'll talk about in a little bit. And also just Sky Kingdom Games has been very good. I have no qualms with supporting them. Now, what did I think coming back to ISOFARIAN Guard for the second time? Well, first, I remembered, I never really forgot, but I was reminded that this is a massive table hog. I can't even fit it all in the shot of this video. This is my dining room table. As you can see, my wife was cool enough to let me play on the dining room table and leave it set up here for a bit. And you can probably see already this right here. I'm going to put my hands like this. This is one ISOFARIAN Guard. You play with a total of two. So here is one character in this bag. Here's the other character. I can't fit the map, but that's all in here. I actually have my laptop and camera on top of the map right now. Then there are all the enemy boards over here. Then there are all these events that can happen while you're exploring. Then there are all these books you got to go through to find different things that might happen in different chapters and side quests. And when you stop in towns, and if that sounds really overwhelming, it actually isn't that overwhelming once you have the flow of the game. It is a little bit at first, I'll be honest, figuring out what books go where. And I also, I can't remember where I found it, but on Board Game Geek, I found some printout sheets for tracking some of your stats instead of using the ones that are in the books that were given to you. I highly recommend it. Just can't remember where I found it. And all of this stuff does take up a lot of room. So you do want to have a dedicated space. It doesn't mean you can't set it up. The box is actually designed very well. Like, it doesn't seem like it will, but this gigantic box, I will be able to, when I pick this up later after this video, I'm going to be able to fit it all in that box. And that is pretty impressive considering how many things there are. I haven't even shown that there are all the, cubes and different things for tracking. There's all of the chips for tracking statuses because this is at its root a bag building game. You have a bag for each of your guards and a bag for pulling events out of a bag, and then you have cards and all of that. It's so much stuff, but it does fit well into the box, and that's not something I can say for a lot of games, including games I really love. Getting everything to fit in the box nowadays in today's big blustering board gaming market is a feat and of itself. Now having said that, the box is big. It's a lot of shelf space. It's a lot of table space. It is still, in my opinion, worth it. One of the reasons is bag building is kind of great in this game. It does start a little thin because I believe your guards have about 4 to 6 chips for the first little bit. That doesn't seem like much, and it really doesn't feel like much, but it's enough to make a couple combos. But just right now, I don't want to show you too much because I don't want to spoil, but now I have chips of varying different colors, ones that are green that have positive effects, ones that are purple that don't count against the max that you can do, and as you start getting more options and more different powers, you can do all of these amazing combos, and so much of it just depends on what did I draw out of my bag, what is the best I can do with it, how do I make the most damage to an enemy, how do I support my own guard or my ally the best. This is all stuff that works really well. And bag building just in general is sort of a fascinating mechanic. If you really hate bag building, I guess this is not the game for you. If you think it's okay, this might be a game where once you get into it, you really start to like it a lot more. I do like the way they address that. So that's pretty great. The components are awesome. I did want to show the game trays. They have lots of stuff like this, trays for all of your components. All of the enemy and item cards, they have dedicated spaces for them to go. When I pack this game up, I can literally take both of these guard things, these two things right here, they all fit into this. Yes, they do. It's pretty amazing, but Game Trays did a really great job with this. And VEILWARD, one of the things they're going to have in that campaign is they're going to address some problems like, for instance, when you're trying to flip cards, there are some cards where when you use them, you have to flip them. And, well, there's not really any wells in these, so you kind of have to get in there to do it. They are making some new boards and trays that will have wells to make that a little bit easier to flip. So they clearly have kind of noticed a few things where things could be improved, and they're working with those as best they can. So I'm super excited about that. The chips, I'm already a big fan of chip theory games. They have a lot of good stuff, but they utilize chips in this. It's not the entire game or how it all works, but they're very good quality. They end up being good for marking things on your map, for tracking things in your bag, including negative and positive status effects. All of these things work really well. The cards are good quality, the boards are good quality, and yes, the way it's designed makes it take a ton of table space, but it's taking a ton of table space because they have made room for everything. So, table space, yeah, it's a table hog. I guess that could be a con, but it's there for a reason, and it does a good job. Could they possibly have made this take a little bit less space? Maybe. I've heard that the VEILWARD components, they're redoing some of the components that may address that, but to be honest, I'd still be okay with this if they keep it this way, because the components are nice. So that works out pretty well. I did want to address one of the things that this game is known for is being a bit grindy. I put that in my notes to really talk about the grind, and it's true that there's a little bit of grind, but it's also true that it's only grind if you approach it as just plain and simple grind. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, there are times when I played this game, the first time I broke it out, my first sessions, when I broke this game out and was playing it in a streak when I first got it delivered, where I would see equipment that I wanted to make. I'd see things at my, they call it Fort Istra. I don't want to talk too much story-wise because I don't want to spoil things, but your guards have a fort that is kind of their headquarters, and you can rebuild things there. And you'll find yourself saying, ooh, I need some pine wood. I need some pine. I need some rough leather to make weapon, and it's really tempting to look and see where can I get that, and then make your priority going and finding those things. And that's not wrong to do that. But I did find out that if I really focused just on that, then the game became grindy, and it felt like I was just going around and trying to collect Lux, which is basically experience. They call it Lux for whatever reason. And grabbing all these different things and kind of treating it like a resource management. And yes, it can be that way, but the second time, and that's kind of where I think I was like, you know what, I'm going to put this away for it and come back to it. I love this game. It's really fun, but I'm going to burn out on it if I keep playing it. I put it away. When I took it out the second time, what I said is, no. I am going to focus on quests. And that is the way I would highly recommend you play this game. This game is the bane of the 100%er. The person who just has to get 100% on, a video game before you move on to the next one. There is a ton of things to do in this game. And if you feel like you have to do all of it, you will probably burn yourself out and you will think this game is a grind. If you accept that you don't have to do everything and you can just pick quests, whether that's side quests, whether that's bounty quests, puzzle quests, whichever ones appeal to you, and then focus on those, and then, I need some pine. Well, collect that along the way doing the regular quests. Don't make your mission to go and kill the same monster or collect the same resource over and over again. Just collect the resources you come upon as you are doing side quests and advancing the story also as well. If you do that, then this game opens up and it becomes a very, very cool experience. I know the people that have really connected with this game just love the world building in it. They love the ability to craft. There's so much cool stuff going on. And then on top of that, I really enjoy the bag building on top of just thinking about, hey, what do I want to do next? And how do I want to approach it? And what direction do I want to take? And, I really want a boat. Let's go and build one. All of this really cool stuff works well as long as you give yourself permission to not have to do everything. If you let go and just decide, you know what, I'm going to take this game and I'm going to do it at my pace and I'm going to do the things I want to do, then you will be okay. You will be all good. This is what I wrote down in my notes. I said, release yourself from the need to do everything and just do what seems fun. So with that, guys, this is ISOFARIAN GUARD. I hope you've enjoyed revisiting it with me. I'm going to go ahead and try to put I put the link for the upcoming campaign, which starts in 2 days from now. I'm filming this on Sunday. It's going to start on Tuesday, I think. And if I'm wrong, whatever, I'll comment and mention it. Enjoy it if you'd like. I believe you can get the base game. You do need the base game to play VEILWARD. I do want to mention that. And I also want to give a shout out to Board Game Co. just because they, I believe either yesterday or today, released a video way cooler than my video, let's be honest, that actually has two of the designers, or I think the game designer and graphic designer. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologize, Sky. I apologize. But has them and is asking them questions, doing a Q&A. So that's an excellent one. If you want to look up Board Game Co., ISOFARIAN GUARD, that would be a great one. Other than that, please hit subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like on the video to help support the channel. And have a great day.